បាទសួស្តីបងប្អូនទាំងអស់គ្នាដែលកំពុងតែសិក្សានៅថ្នាក់ទី12បាទថ្ងៃនេះគ្រូនឹងលើកយកមេរៀនមួយទៀតមកបង្រៀនដល់បងប្អូនបាទអញ្ចឹងសូមបងប្អូនបើកសៀវភៅពុំទាំងអស់គ្នាមកទំព័រនៅលើសៀវភៅរបស់បងប្អូនហ្នឹងគឺបងប្អូនអាចបើកទំព័រនៅត្រង់ចំណុច Chapter 10 Writings Official Letters. So today we are going to study Unit 3 Peter wins a prize មុនពេលដែលយើងចូលទៅកាន់មេរៀនសូមបងប្អូនសិក្សាពាក្យពិបាកសិនបាទ Okay, vocabulary number 1 admit so it means to tell the truth admit to tell the truth so number 2 consequent means something that follows result consequent number 3 consequently it means as a result therefore consequently impress it means to have something effect on the mind and feelings of someone impress okay number 5 might it means used to show that something is possible in the present or future but it is not certain so number 6 prize noun it means a reward given to a person who wins something number 7 paragraph is a group of sentences in writing that develop an idea together paragraph number 8 express it means to make soft or feelings known by saying or writing express okay all together let's listen and repeat after me about vocabulary number 1 admit number 2 consequent number 3 consequently number 4 impress number 5 might number 6 prize number 7 paragraph number 8 express okay all together let's have a look at the book unit 3 Peter wins a prize so you have to learn vocabularies you have to think about vocabularies here admit consequent consequently impress might prize paragraph express okay now please listen all together you have to look in the picture 1 and picture 2 so what can you see in picture 1 what can you see in picture 2 picture 1 so where is it and picture 2 where is it so now please listen to me I will read it for you and you have to use your fingers to point to the sentence okay Mary read through Peter's draft and had no admit that it was excellent you might take to show it to Ted when he returns from his meetings she said but I think it's fine the only thing I'll get is changing this part she told him pointing to the first paragraph I don't think it's necessary to mention Ted just say you've always wanted to visit Corsica that's enough Peter followed Mary's suggestion and made the change but didn't wait for Ted as it was late and he might be tired instead he walked home wrote a final copy of the letters with a few further improvements walked to the nearest post box and put it in Frog Travel received hundreds of letters from all over the country but only the best were selected for Mrs. Fiona Hardy to read one of them was from a Peter Smith she saw his ideas were excellent and very well expressed Consequently, he was invited for an interview at which he impressed Fiona with his intelligence and positive attitude. She also felt that he would be able to make friends in Corsica and find out interesting things about the island. As consequent, but Peter was selected as one of the best 10 applicants and awarded a return ticket to Corsica. So I just want you to read again and again, and then you can pause and move on to the question. So we have 5 questions. Number 1, Mary read Peter letters. Why was it called a draft? Number 2, was Peter told to show the draft to Ted? How do you know? Number 4, one of the letters read by Mrs. Fiona Hardy was from Peter Smith. Why A. Peter Smith? Number 5, why was Peter selected for a prize? So after reading the stories, you have to answer. You can pause and then you will see the answer. Okay, number 1. So Mary read Peter letter. Why? So when somebody asks the question why, you have to answer because. Because it was a practice letter, not a final letter. Okay, number 2. Was Peter told to show the draft to Ted? How do you know? Okay, no. Peter wasn't told to show the draft to Ted. Mary only suggests that he showed it to Ted. Number 3. Why didn't Peter wait for Ted? So the question why, you have to answer because. Because it was late and he thought that Ted might be feeling tired. Number 4. One of the letters wrote by Mrs. Fiona Hardy was from Peter Smith. Why a Peter Smith? So because when Mrs. Fiona Hardy read his letter, she didn't know who he was. Okay, number 5. Why was Peter selected for a prize? Why was Peter selected for a prize? Okay, because director of Frog Travels, Mrs. Fiona Hardy, saw that in his letter his ideas were excellent and very well impressed. At interview, Mrs. Fiona Hardy was impressed with Peter's intelligence and positive attitude. He also feels that he would be able to make friends in Corsica and find out interesting things about the island. Okay, now we move to our homework today. So you see the letters. Read Peter's note. Use them to write his letter. So this is the note of Peter's. You can use the idea from the note to write the letters. បាទទីនេះគឺកិច្ចការផ្ទះរបស់បងប្អូនអញ្ចឹងចូលបងប្អូនអានកំណត់ត្រារបស់ Peter ដើម្បីសរសេរលិខិតមួយច្បាប់អញ្ចឹងនៅក្នុងលិខិតនោះនៅក្នុងកំណត់ត្រានោះបងឃើញណា A B C D E F G have wanted to go to Corsica for a long time, interested in other countries, the people, ways of life, culture, societies, let us see, can speak French, plus have experience of grapes picking in France. E. Will read about Corsica but not the same as personal experience. F. Like adventure. G. Enjoy writing. អូខេអញ្ចឹងបងប្អូនទាំងអស់គ្នាគឺហាត់សរសេរបាទសរសេរជាគំរូសរសេរយកគំនិតបាទនៅក្នុងរបស់កំណត់ត្រា Peter ហ្នឹងយកមកសរសេរណាដើម្បីសរសេរបានត្រឹមត្រូវបងប្អូនត្រូវបើកមើលគំនិតខ្លះៗទៅលើមេរៀនទី1ទី2នៅក្នុងជំពូកទី10នេះអញ្ចឹងបងប្អូនសរសេរហើយបងប្អូនអាចធ្វើការផ្ញើមកកាន់លោកគ្រូបានបាទសូមអរគុណ